Imagine you have a dream or an ambitious goal but feel lost on where to start. If that sounds like you, this video is your guide. Achieving my dream of relocating and flourishing in Korea taught me invaluable lessons. I discovered what I would call a blueprint for turning dreams into reality, a method I've repeatedly used to manifest various goals in my life. So today, I'm excited to share this blueprint with you. Hi lovely people, my name is Layla, and on this channel I talk about personal development, inner work, and my life in Seoul, South Korea. Today's video will most likely be longer than usual, I hope you don't mind, but it'll be packed with information I hope will raise your level of awareness. The video timestamps is in the description box. Now, before we begin, it's important to distinguish two different concepts, the physical plane and the mental plane. These are aspects of our existence and perception. The physical plane relates to the material world we can perceive through our senses. It's everything we can see, touch, hear, taste, smell, do. It's the domain of reality governed by natural laws and principles, whereas the mental plane relates to the realm of thoughts, emotions, and consciousness beyond the physical realm. It encompasses our thoughts and feelings and dreams and memories and imagination. It's a domain that often transcends the physical world's limitation and is influenced by personal experiences, beliefs, and interpretations. The concepts I will introduce and discuss today reside on the mental plane, so buckle up. I'm using my move to Korea as an illustrative example, but what I'm about to share can actually be applied to anything you personally want to pursue. Every single day, we're faced with decisions ranging from trivial ones like I will no longer scroll on my phone before bedtime to significant ones like going to the gym regularly. Those choices shape our lives, yet frequently these decisions falter over time. Our minds swiftly find ways to downplay everything and convince us that, nothing is worth the effort. We're tempted to follow the path of least resistance. However, this path seldom leads us to anything of real significance. People may backtrack on their promises, their decisions, their goals, their plans for several reasons. It could be because of changed circumstances, a lack of genuine commitment, my favorite one, fear of failure, external pressures, misalignment with values or priorities, limited resources, self-doubt. So external factors also, such as societal expectations or unforeseen events, can disrupt initial intentions, while internal doubts and fear may undermine confidence. Ultimately, the decision to backtrack from a decision often stems from a complex mix of internal and external influences. I know that was kind of a long intro, but knowing what I just explained, wanting to pursue a particular dream or a lofty goal is not enough. The first step to your blueprint is for you not to just make a decision, but to make what I would call an energetic decision regarding your dream. Without that, honestly, don't even bother. So people commit to change not because they're uncomfortable. They commit to change because of desperation or inspiration. So, what's an energetic decision? It is a decision driven by passion or purpose. It involves committing wholeheartedly to a course of action and approaching it with determination. Such decisions are fueled by inner drive. It's the kind of decision no one or nothing can deter you from. I've noticed that the most potent times energetic decisions are made are in two different instances. So, one instance is during a moment of desperation. For example, someone who is jobless and about to be evicted, sleeping in their car can be the wake-up call to go out there and find a way to make money, because their back is against the wall. Their dream/goal of making money is backed by an energetic decision made out of desperation. A second instance is during a moment of divine inspiration, and these are my favorites. So an experience, for example, could inspire that inner knowing, a conversation with someone, something you've seen or heard. Suddenly every fiber of your body tells you this is what you need to do. An example of that is what happened to me in Korea. Before visiting Korea, I've been like interested in the country for about 10 years. So in 2015, I quit my job. That's such a story time, by the way, and stayed in Seoul for a month and a half. I came back again in 2016 and stayed for 2 weeks. It was then that the desire to live here overtook me. I knew Seoul and I were meant to be together at some point. When I made the energetic decision in 2019 to make Seoul my home, nothing could stop me. Until today, I've had difficulties answering the question, why did you come to Seoul? My response is basic but powerful, and it goes like this. I don't know how to explain the decision. I just knew I needed to be here. Mic drop. Joking. Once your decision is something you deeply feel inside, the next step in my blueprint is to protect that energetic decision with energetic boundaries. Now you're probably wondering, Layla, what the hell is an energetic boundary? Well, energetic boundaries refer to the invisible barrier we establish to protect our emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being from external influences. These boundaries help regulate the energy flow between us and others to maintain a healthy balance and prevents stress or negativity from affecting us. But before we dive into that topic, I want to discuss obstacles first. You need to protect your energetic decision from obstacles standing in your way. Let's completely redefine obstacles, shall we? A path without obstacles, it's probably the most well-traveled, but it won't lead you anywhere remarkable. So when you encounter challenges, don't shy away. You have options. Conquer them head on or bypass them. Understand that these obstacles aren't roadblocks meant to halt your progress, they are growth opportunities. By overcoming obstacles, you would emerge hopefully wiser and more resilient, and you will be equipped to tackle whatever lies ahead. Moving to Korea, I knew I needed to study Korean at Sogang University. There was a financial requirement to fulfill to get the acceptance letter from the university. I had to show at least $10,000 in my bank account. People who don't have that kind of money available immediately would see this as an obstacle. I want to challenge you to think like me and redefine this obstacle as mere information given to you by the universe. Obstacles are just information telling you what needs to be done in order to move forward. In my case, the information was, you need to save X amount of money before the move can happen. The obstacle usually has a solution to overcome it embedded in it. If the obstacle is to show Sogang I have at least $10,000, the solution is to come up with $10,000. Simple, right? But because, knowledge is power. I believe you should actually seek out the potential obstacles to your dream or goals to prepare yourself better. The obstacle is the way, as one of my favorite authors would say. So shout out to Ryan Holiday. Let's move on to people and boundaries. It is essential to create your circle of influence, weeding out those who do not align with your energetic decision. Negative individual can drain your energy and dampen your spirits, offering a little to no support along your journey. Identifying and managing individual who may consciously or unconsciously sabotage your effort is crucial. So, what's an example of someone consciously sabotaging your effort? Take, for instance, a scenario where you've committed to a diet and exercise regimen only to have a friend undermine your efforts by dismissing your goal and intentionally tempting you with unhealthy food choices. In such cases, investing energy in defending your decisions detract from the focus needed to achieve your aspirations. Therefore, you must surround yourself with individuals who uplift and encourage your growth, enabling you to channel all that energy towards realizing your ambition. Now, let's talk about an example of someone unconsciously sabotaging your effort. Now, thank God, no one in my family was trying to sabotage me when I made the decision to move to Korea. But it's inevitable that some people, particularly those closest to you, may oppose your decision out of a sense of love or concern or protection for your well-being. And parents usually top this category. When faced with this kind of resistance, exercising patience becomes paramount. Rather than, I don't know, engaging in conflict, it is crucial to understand their perspective and reassure them of your intentions. At least that's how I would love to approach the situation. My mom, bless her heart, thought it was reckless to leave my comfortable life in Boston and start over in Korea, a country known for its homogeneity. Well, she didn't use that word, she used racism, but I'm just trying to be diplomatic here. It was even crazier to do it during COVID. Now, any sane person would agree with my mom. You know, anybody else, I would have brushed them with a simple, it's my life, I do as I please, mind your business. But because I love and I respect my mom, I was able to empathize with her perspective and acknowledge her fears. I reassured her. I demonstrated my commitment by outlining my thought process and presenting a clear action plan. I'm going, this is why, this is what I plan on doing. You know, open communication played a crucial role in easing her worries. She wasn't on board 100% to be honest, but at least her attitude changed from, I don't want you to go, and a bunch of like fear-mongering statements to, I wish you good luck, I hope you know what you're doing kind of vibe. But my mom is a risk-averse person, so I wasn't surprised by her reaction. I expected it. My mindset regarding this situation wasn't, oh, I need to prove my mom wrong. This is very negative. My mindset was more, you know, I need to ensure mom doesn't worry about me. She's the only person I had to manage throughout this process, and now she couldn't be prouder. So let's do a quick recap. Redefine your relationship with obstacles and choose your battles when it comes to people around you. Get rid of those who will hinder you and find a way to manage those you love who could slow you down. That is how you build boundaries around your energetic decision and give yourself the freedom to operate and act. Now, before we move on to the next topic, I want to drill something in your head, gently, of course. It is not people's job to respect your boundaries. It is your job to enforce your boundaries. While it's cute and natural to expect mutual respect in interactions and relationships, solely relying on others to recognize and adhere to your boundaries will leave you vulnerable, disempowered, and taken advantage of. For every boundary crossed, you are standing on the other line, allowing it. Remember that you have agency over your life, your decisions, and your standards. So build energetic boundaries around you to a degree where verbalizing them becomes unnecessary. Instead, let your demeanor and your embodiment communicate clearly, signaling to others that certain lines should not be crossed. This 𝗔𝗹𝗺 concept has fascinated me since I became aware of it in 2018 when I took personal development seriously and made it my core value. The 2 years I spent preparing for Korea were when I fully understood this concept and its power. So here's the quote from 𝗔𝗺. If you want to have more, you have to become more. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to become better. If you improve, everything will improve for you. If you grow, your money would grow. Your relationships, your health, your business, and every external effect will mirror that growth in equal correlation. Basically, people, personal development is the key. Now, what brought you where you are today isn't what will take you where you want to go. I think we all know that, right? I knew that the December 2017 version of myself, oh my God, the Layla who had credit card debt, who couldn't manage her finance properly, had only one source of income, had no idea what personal development and inner work meant, was attracted to emotionally unavailable men, that Layla from December 2017 was not going to be my ticket to success. In short, I was a mess, and hoping to achieve anything of substance at that time would have been completely delulu of me. For my circumstances to change, I needed to change first. Following 𝗔𝗺's principle, I revamped my identity after I made my energetic decision. What excited me was asking myself, Layla, who do you have to become for this to happen? What kind of woman gets to have what you desire? What skills do you need to develop? What limitations and insecurities do you have to work on? those internal changes I started making were reflected on the outside and visible through my behavior, my mindset, and the habits I built. Wanting what you desire will 100% take you outside of your comfort zone and make you do, say, things you've never done before. And this is the point. Do not be scared. Do not shy away from this. It is the way to success. Keep in mind that ultimately, it's not just about what you accomplish, but rather the person you've had to push yourself to become to achieve it all. Honestly though, the greatest enjoyable part is not the result, but the journey. Learn to embrace and appreciate it. If it weren't for the energetic decision of moving to Korea, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Since then, every energetic decision has been exciting for me because it makes me wonder, who do I need to become to succeed? What part of myself would I have to level up to succeed? It makes challenges fun. Focus on personal development and inner work. It is important, people. Believe a higher power knows it all and will conspire to help you should you align with your desire. I believe in God, and that has been tremendously helpful for me. I think that if you hold your energetic decision close to your heart and do everything humanly possible, God will reward you with assistance free of charge. But there's the fear of failure that can be obsessive. But remember that, as Tony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, whatever you're focusing on grows. In other words, your life is controlled by what you focus on. That's why you must focus on where you want to go, not what you fear. The universe doesn't make a difference between positive and negative thoughts. It just focuses on what you focus on. If your obsession is, I don't want to get in debt, I don't want to lose it all, the universe doesn't go, oh, let me help you with that. All the universe sees and knows is that you focus on debt and losing money, which is ultimately what you will be attracting. Now you're probably wondering, well, that's all nice, but how can I manage my negative thoughts and my fear? Well, you can reprogram the way you think. I know I sound obvious, but trust me, you will see things differently once you reach a certain level of awareness. Anyway, the person who explained this concept in a way that resonated with me is 𝗏𝗺𝗺. You should check out his channel on YouTube. It is one of my favorites. I learned from him and embodied the process, so hopefully my way of explaining will spark something in you. Of course, I get fear of failure all the time, so I run this 3-step process in my head once I make an energetic decision and take action. Let's go. Step 1. I think of the worst case scenario coming out of my energetic decision. Example, my worst case scenario was I run out of money, I had difficulty learning the language, and I could not find a job. I look at the worst case scenario and ask myself, what would be the solution? My solution is to go back to the US and start over. There is a sense of peace in laying down the fear and what you would do if the fear came true. Now, you have your worst case scenario handled. There is freedom in that. Think of yourself as starting from the bottom, since the bottom is probably where you would start over again if things do not work out. Of course, don't focus too much on the worst case scenario, because the last thing you want is to focus too much on plan B. Once you liberate yourself from the negativity and the fear and lay the burden, your mind can now focus on making plan A happen. Step number 2, blessing in disguise. If an unfavorable outcome outside of your control occurs and things do not happen as you envision, tell yourself that God protected you from something, that God has a better plan for you, and that plan will be revealed eventually. Hold the process tight, but hold the outcome very loosely. God may have something even better, something that your limited mindset wouldn't have thought of. It is important to remember that. I cannot tell you how many times God surprised me on this Korean journey. Okay, so let me give you a very powerful example. COVID came 6 months before my departure date. That was a major obstacle, obviously. I could have postponed or canceled my move, but because it was an energetic decision and my intuition didn't want to let go of this decision, I held on to it. I was monitoring the news every single day. When I went ahead and quit my job 3 weeks before my departure as planned, guess what happened? I was handed the opportunity to work remotely in Korea. God transformed an obstacle into a blessing because I held on to my energetic decision. Everything I was doing was still moving towards my goal of moving to Korea. So the vibration I emitted attracted things in my field that made my journey easier. Instead of moving to Korea with just my savings, I moved there with my savings and a remote job. Something absolutely impossible to imagine when I made the decision to move in 2019. Impossible. The final step, step number 3, is let go and let God. Like I said, focus on what you can humanly do, aka your plans, your goals, your personal development journey, etc., and let God handle the rest. When you reach a state of detachment regarding the outcome or the process, you reach equanimity, and that's when you surrender. Surrendering to the process does not come naturally. Trust me, I struggle with that all the time, but still, I do it. Try to practice, okay? This one is a powerful tool you should use along with taking action. Visualizing is envisioning how it would feel to have what you desire. My energetic decision was to move to Seoul, so here were my visualization processes. I watched tons of vlogs on YouTube and pictured myself doing those activities showcased in the video. I watched many Korean dramas, especially those depicting ordinary people's life, so that I could envision what it would be like living in Korea. I went on the meditation app called Calm. I played a city background noise. I sat down, lay down, and closed my eyes and pictured myself walking down the streets of Seoul. Visualization adds fun and joy to the process. Although you are not where you want to be yet, you can already picture what it feels like. The more your body gets used to the feeling, the more it will influence your mind to make it a reality. And that's a wrap for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If I can attribute my current success and my ambition for more to a certain principle in life, most of them were actually discussed in this video. So enjoy, rewatch, take notes, whatever, apply. Let me know how that works out for you. In any cases, take very good care of yourselves, and you will see me in the next video. Bye.